Allah Yahweh. Praise Yahweh, He's worthy to be praised. We thank everyone for their attentive ear. We thank everyone for their shall patronize with Yahweh, with the word of Yahweh. For Yahweh is worthy to be praised. He is worthy to be searched out, and He is worthy that He may be found, that He may be found. As you can see, the title is The Collective Body. The collective body. Now, there are many things that are going on. I really might not even get into the message, but there are a lot of things that are going on in our communities and our neighborhoods that are on the fence unto whoever you serve. If you serve Yahweh, or if you calling on God, if you calling on Jesus or Yeshua, it does not matter, because as a collective body, we are failing our children. And we are failing our children because we are allowing programming. Everybody, the Hebrews have all this information, because you have to understand education and intelligence are two different things. Education is something that someone sets before you. That is learned. That's learned information. They have a way that they are trying to lead you. And they are trying to teach you a specific thing that they want to interject into you. Intelligence comes from your own research. You know, that's like when your mama taught you something. Somebody hit them back. Then that's an education. But then you begin to understand through the intelligence of the word of Yah. You begin to understand how to maneuver and how to do different things, how to do different things differently. So as a people, as a whole, no matter if you're in the church, no matter if you are in the university, no matter if you are in the synagogue, the cedar, it does not matter, because we are failing on all fronts, and we are failing because we are allowing evil, and we are coexisting with evil in our communities. There is a coexistence of evil in our community, and then we turn and we blame it on the children. We turn and we blame it on the white man. But I have to be rational, because we have control of our own communities, and we have control over the content of the music and over the content of TV programming. So for me to try to go after Christians. I see a lot of Hebrews, they bombard Christians and you this and that. Why would a Christian want to come on this side when we are not even organized? What's the purpose? And the Hebrews that are posting and talking about what you should do on this day and that day, they really do not understand Yahweh. They don't understand Yahweh. They don't understand that Yahweh can make sacrifices in your life that you can't make. He can make those sacrifices. He can make sacrifices in your life that will make you look like a sinner or make you look like someone that's outside of his will. Because we don't know the hand of Yah. Because many that say that they believe in Yah and they have gotten away from the Western mindset, they really don't know Yah. They still have a Christian mindset because they want to debate. They have a spirit of debate. And debate is not going to fix the killing and the murdering and the drugs and the prostitution and all the things that are going on in our communities. And I say this to all Hebrews: clean your own house up first. The church is established. If the church is not one of the biggest organizations on the face of the earth, it is second. If Islam be first, then Christianity is second. If Christianity be first, then Islam is next. Hebrews and Torah observers and Tanakh observers, we are still at the bottom of the totem pole. Why? Because we have too many schisms. Yes. We have too many divisions. And the division is not coming to on what is the new moon and what is the full moon and what day is the feast on. That's not our division. Our division is the evil that we are allowing in the camp. And Yahweh said that I cannot dwell in the camp where evil is. And I see Hebrews all around the country, all around the world, talking about the white man, the land. If you got in the land, that land will be destroyed. Yahweh will spew you out again. And this is a warning to all you Hebrews when they're telling you, look, just come on in. No, you cannot come in, because Yahweh said that certain things shall not be found in the children of Israel. Certain things cannot be found in the children of Israel. When you begin to really understand what was going on in biblical times, when we were supposed to be the priests of the earth, the erects, we were taught in astrology, cosmology. We were taught in everything. We were taught in oceanography. That's why Yahweh said, look, I don't want y'all to, when y'all go to finding out this stuff in the universities, I don't want y'all to make images. Yes. Because y'all are going to get this knowledge that you can be the priest of the world. So y'all are going to have archaeologists, y'all are going to have brain surgeons, heart surgeons, lung surgeons. Y'all are going to have all these things that are coming out of the universities of Yahweh, which we think that all they did was go in and speak Torah. That's not all they did. That's why Yeshua went in amongst them and he turned unto the book. Well, he didn't turn, he went down the scroll, because it wasn't a book. And he found a place, and they wondered how did he go there and he could find this, because he had teachers. He had teachers. He had tutors that came to him that was sent unto him. And I hear people talking about this and talking about that and talking about this and talking about that. None of that stuff has anything to do with salvation. And none of that stuff is bringing us to a place of echad, of unity, as one. There is a collective body and there is individualism. Individualism must be gained first before you can enter into the collective body of Yah, which is the true identity of Israel. It is people that have undergone a conditioning that they could walk into the positioning to be the priests and to be the leaders that Yahweh have chosen a certain people to be. Our ancestors are the people of the book, but today we are not the people of the book. You're not the people of this book because you're protecting gangbangers. You're protecting murderers. You're protecting drug lords and kingpins, and the thing about it is they're selling it in their own communities. I asked a young man the other day, I said, look, y'all around here hustling? Get y'all a building. Why would I want a building in a drug-infested area? I said to myself, nah, how is your area of town a drug-infested area? That's my question. That's my next question. But you can often listen to people, as I often do, and they'll begin to stick their foot in their mouth. And when he said this was a drug-infested area, that meant that he thought little of his own community. That's what he thought. He began to downgrade his own community, so that means when he gets his money, he wants to go live in Ellsworth. He wants to go live among the Caucasians. But he wants to get his money from here, and he wants to go live here. And many Hebrews I see, they're trying to move from where they live. They don't want to stay where they stay. But I'm here for the long haul as long as y'all have me here. And I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be working in the hedges, and in the highways, and in the trenches. And I will continue to be even spoken of because, like I told the gentleman, look, I stand for righteousness. And unrighteousness is not a friend of mine. I don't deal with crime. And crime produces criminals. And I don't do criminals, and I don't do crime. So I guess there will maybe some kind of crime fighter for y'all in. And that's what I would have to be. And we don't have enough crime fighters in the body of Yah. We have people that are candy coating, and they are just using dogma with the Torah, with the first 5 books, not understanding that was 4,000 years ago. Oh, throughout all your generations. You can't have it throughout all your generations because we've been cut off. So why are you perpetrating as if you have all the intricate details? Because everything about this word in this book, somewhere without the Ruach HaKodesh to lead you and to guide you, it has been fudged and pushed, and the word has been maneuvered. And you can never know it just parsing it. The Ruach HaKodesh will have to show you where it's been fudged and where it's been pushed while you're parsing. When you parse, you still need the Ruach HaKodesh, but the Ruach HaKodesh does not dwell with them because they don't even believe in the Ruach HaKodesh. They don't believe in the Spirit of Yah. They don't believe in it. See, we have these drugs, we have this crime in our community, and what they are doing, they are no better than Al-Qaeda. They are no better than terrorists because they try to blend in with working people. They try to blend in with people that's catching the bus and people that's really struggling, that's in the struggle trying to provide by working. And then they're preying upon the people that are falling short with a handful of drugs. These are the things that Yahweh is saying that you must address before you can come in my court. You cannot come in my court. You cannot enter into my land. You cannot come before me because you are a disgrace and a disgust unto me. You want to attack. You want to attack Christianity. You want to attack them because they look like they're flourishing. So y'all want to attack your system of tithing that the church is using. That's your system. That's the Hebraic system. That's not the church system. That's a biblical system. Yes, they chop and screw it. They pull the tithe out of the first right and then shut the first right and shut the door on everything else in the first right. And yes, that is true. Then they incorporate Christmas, and then they incorporate Easter, and they incorporate Sunday worship. Yes, that's petty. That's petty to me. That's petty. Because still we are not uniform enough to take on people that are seeking truth. We're not uniform enough. One, because we won't tithe. One, because we won't sow. One, because you want to keep every dollar in your house, but then you ain't got no synagogue to go to. You don't have no seat to go to. So now we got these keyboard Hebrews, and they swear it's a ministry. But boy, I can't wait till they shut down Facebook, because I want to see what your ministry truly is then. You won't have one. You won't have, that let me know that you really don't have a ministry. Because if you really got a ministry, then you really get out and you go to the people. Shut your little avenues down that you got. You don't have a ministry. You faking. You playing. You don't have a ministry until you can get outside those doors. And I'm really waiting on that day till it's shut down, because that's going to force us that are really called back to the streets, back to the hedges, and back to the highways. Because see, we are people of complacent. We get complacent. You got this luxury, and since you can get you an amen corner, see everybody on Facebook can get an amen. I see even fools, liars and thieves get amen corners on Facebook. Amen. Hallelujah. Boy, you sure speaking that. We got to get back out into our communities, into our neighborhoods. And we got to go canvass in our neighborhoods. And the first people you got to go to is you got to go to your local neighborhood drug dealer. Oh, yeah. That's where you're going to have to go. That's where you're going to have to start. If you're talking about a collective body. But what I see is people are only concerned about their house. And when you're only concerned about your house, you make yourself a target. Because when you begin to rise, you're not covered by Yah. So you begin to become a prey. That's why Yahweh said, look, I'm going to bring y'all in the land. And when I bring y'all into this land, I will remove them little by little. Unless the beasts of the field, they come in and they devour you. Because y'all said, look, I can't raise y'all up too fast. Because if I raise y'all up too fast, then everybody and every wolf and sheep clothing and every shark, every great white, everything is going to turn and they're going to focus. They're going to focus on you because everybody around you starving. So this is why people have to and want to move out of their own neighborhoods and out of their own communities. And that should not be. See, your community should be a safe haven and a rest haven. Your communities in our neighborhoods should not be ghettos, should not be a place of escape. It should be a place of refuge. What you are calling the ghetto and what you're saying that you're making it out of should be a place where you could go and you can teach what you have learned. It should be a place that you can go and we can all be uplifted. But our mentality is to get the money, get the bag, and get out. You got to have that mentality because we are not all Echad. We are not all a collective body. So there is a schism in the body. There is division in the body. What I'm talking to you about is really a civil war. And it's a civil war that Yahweh required in biblical times. This documented, I'm going to touch on that civil war. Don't nobody want to deal with that. Everybody just want to, the church just want the church, and the Hebrews just want to argue. The Hebrews just want to complain. The church just want a church, and they just want to have revival after revival. And they just want to try to win souls. But it's no good to win souls when you're not taking back the land. See, in order to truly really win souls, you have to take back the land. Because the land And what's in the land is what's causing our people to struggle. That's what's causing our people to struggle. It's what you leave in the land. That's why Yahweh said, tear down their altars. Because when you leave this stuff in the land, then it is like a dog that has returned to his own vomit. So when you leave the infestation and the crustation of drug dealers and rapists and murderers and molesters in your community that you're not dealing with, there in some of your houses, they have touched some of your sons and some of your nieces, and you won't turn them in. Man, y'all hit home. He hit home. You're never going to have anything until you take back the land first. And when I say take back the land, you got to take the evil out of the land. The evil got to go out of the land. The evil has to go out of our communities, out of our neighborhood, out of what you call in the ghetto. Turn your boy Bibles to Nehemiah 9 and 26. If you don't know where it is on the other side of Job, what you call Job, Esther, then Nehemiah. If you want that, go to Psalms and go back, go through Psalms, and you go Psalms and go left in your Bible, and you'll get to Nehemiah. Nehemiah is a tricky book. You really think Nehemiah is on the other side of Psalms and Proverbs, because that's where you would think the prophets would be. Everybody preaching. Everybody preaching a good word, and everybody saying this, and everybody want to pat on the back, and everybody want this, and everybody want that, but you and we not doing anything. That's why we stalemated. That's why we can't get anything going. It's not the white man. It's us not taking back the land. It's us not rooting out the evil in the land, the evil people, the sons of Belial. The sons of Belial, they must go touch on those people too. That's why I call it heavy lifting. I tell my wife all the time, I say, they're not ready. They're not ready for the move of Yah. I see the move of Yah. And that's why my wife and myself, that's why we're alone. Because people are unconcerned about the move of Yah. They are concerned about a like on Facebook and a like on Instagram. And somebody following them on Periscope. But the true work ain't on this microphone. I'm on here because y'all want to chastise some people. That's why I'm here. Because y'all want to chastise some people. Because these people that are doing this in our communities, they have mothers, they have fathers, daddies, they have uncles, and they have aunts, and ain't nobody dealing with them. Listen to the book. The collective body. The collective body. Listen. Nevertheless, they were disobedient and rebelled against Yah, and cast thy law behind their backs, and slew their prophets, which testified against them, to turn them to thee, and they wrought great provocations. Listen, ain't no prophets of Yah according to this book today. No way you can be. Because you are not intertwined, you are not in card with the prophets of Yah of old. We are wearing titles, and we are New Age apostles, and we are New Age prophets and prophetess. We are New Age evangelists, but there is no one that is evangelizing like the people in the Bible today, because the first thing that Yah did, wife, was he had them to take back the land. Before they did anything in the land, they had to go in and take back the land, because if they went into the land, the devices that were in the land, men were going to find them, and they were going to seek more pleasure in the creation than the creator. They will begin to drink themselves into stupor, to smoke themselves, and to inject themselves into stupor with cocaine and heroin, or cocaine and heroin. So Yahweh said, rid the land. Rid the land of the evil. First, Operation Take Back the Land. That's what this ministry have always been. Operation Take Back the Land. That's the first thing. I have flyers that are 5 and 6 years old, and on the flyer they say, Operation Take Back the Land. You're trying to teach in a land that is defiled and is disgusting and disgusted with evil and evildoers. And y'all give them props. Free my end, yada, yada, yada. He done killed somebody. But you want him free. For what? To kill again? Because we talking about we want to serve. Even in the church, you're talking about you serve God, or you saved by Jesus. You were saved by Jesus for what? To make it to heaven? Or was you saved through even in the second writings, the only reason he was saved was to take back the land. That's what Yeshua was saying for, to take back the land. What was Yeshua's whole message? Rid the land of the evil. Rid the land of the evil. Rid the land of fornication, adultery. Rid the land of backbiters. Go and read Yeshua's message on what he was telling them. You understand what you got to get out of the land? What you have to rid the land of is you have to rid the land of evil. And Yeshua stood against evil. That's what he stood for. The salvation of your soul is more difficult because you are allowing evil to linger. Had a talk face to face with evil last night. Tried to tell him about the devil. I don't believe in the devil, bro. Don't know evil exists outside of you. And the people you talking about that's mad with me, accusing me of what they don't know. I can't stop people from accusing me for what they don't know. I really don't care because I'm covered. You the one uncovered. I'm covered. And evil is getting more bold and more bold, people. Evil is trying to get more and more rights. And I first saw it, and I think I told them, I said, listen, they're opening up a can of worms with this racial profiling thing. Because there's so many bad people going to slip through the cracks because now y'all not allowing these people to do their job. So now you got more rapes, now you got more killings, and now you got more, you understand, you got more drugs. You got, well, really today we got a whole bunch of, I've never seen it. We got a whole bunch of junkies that sell dope. But they're junkies themselves. I forget what I called them last night. Something I called them last night. No, they're not drug dealers. They're junkies that deal drugs. It's not like it, and they want rights. They want rights to be on your property. They want rights to be in your parking lot on your private property. They got rights. Because the world is waxing worse and worse. That's what Shaul was saying. Look, the world gonna begin to use the name of our Father that art in heaven for their dirty work. Oh, I pray every day. Oh, you can't tell me I don't love my Heavenly Father. No, your actions show that you don't love your Heavenly Father. You can't speak to me and tell me you love your Heavenly Father. You can make your mouth fried chicken. Your actions begin to show me when you begin to walk in righteousness above reproach. Listen to the book. When the first verse I just read to you was verse 26, it is not talking about us today. I need to make this point because you got Hebrews that are reading this book. And they think that this book talking about them today. No, you're not the people of the book today. No, you're not. You're not the people of the book today. Not as a collective body. Now, we may have some individuals, but it's not enough to even make a difference in the nation, what you're trying to call a nation, or what you're trying to call Israel, what you're trying to call Hebrew. It's not enough to even put a dent in what we have going on. Listen to the book, verse 27. Therefore, thou deliverest them into the hand of their enemies who vexed them, and in the time of their trouble, when they cried unto thee, thou hearest them from heaven, and according to thy manifold mercy, thou gavest them saviors who saved them out of the hand of their enemies. That's not us today. That's still our ancestors. That's still our ancestors. We are not the generation that we have had these saviors. You have not had no Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. We are not the people. Those people are dead. So what those people had, they were only able to give it to a few people. They were only able to give it to a few people. They were not able to give it to a lot of people. So what began to happen is we began to lose our identity, and we began to lose our culture. So when we lose our culture, we lose our identity, then how can you uplift? How can you keep? That's why we can't keep the same feast days. That's why it's an argument. That's why for me the new moon is when the sun is when it's on the backside of the sun. That's why for some the new moon is the first sliver, the crescent, the new crescent moon. That's their new moon. That's what they're using. Some people go by the barley harvest. I go by the moon for me to go into my feast days. Yes, I do. Why? Because they can't bring forth documentation on what they do other than saying, well, this is how we've been doing it for the last 30 years. But you can't show this to be done by our forefathers in the Bible, because all it says is the new moon. It don't say the silver sliver. It don't say the crescent moon. It says the new moon. Because I'm trying to show y'all where we're off and where we're on. The new moon don't have us off. What has us off is we got too many drugs, too many pedophiles, too many liquor stores, too many drunkards. I'm not talking about your glass. I'm not talking about your glass of wine. I'm not talking about that. You know, some Hebrews are going to say, oh, you can't have a glass of wine. You're telling a lie. Telling a lie. Never said anything about that in the scriptures. It said drunkard. Don't you be a drunkard, an abuser. Well, see, you got people who got their own personal interpretations. They got their own discernment. And when they have their own discernment, they begin to form their own speculations of well, that's what scripture means. So then all they need is about 20 people wives to follow them what they saying. And boy, you got a doctrine. You got a doctrine. And that 20 can turn into 30. That 30 can turn into 40. That 40 can turn into 400. Because you got a Nicole now. What is right or wrong? See, listen, the truth is not, listen, because you have a follow don't mean that you follow this book. No, don't mean you follow this book. We have some heavy lifting to do, and the lifting first starts in Operation Take Back the Land. Hebrews, y'all too cool. Y'all too cool, and y'all too down with everybody. Y'all too down with the drug dealers. Y'all too down. I ain't down. I ain't never gonna be down with them pumping heroin and you pumping cocaine. I understand a use for cocaine, Novocaine, to numb you so you can be operated on. But I'm talking about the abuse. I understand some people with some of the ailments that they have mentally, that they have a medicinal, some things that they have in their body, the extraction of CBD for their body. I understand certain medicinal purposes of certain things, but we are in the era of abuse. That's what we are in. We are in the era of abuse. See, we have taken the thing that Yahweh meant good for man, and we have made those things to be counterproductive for what Yahweh intended those things to be. Listen to the book. Verse 28. But after they had rest, they did evil again before thee. Therefore leftest thou them in the hand of their enemies, so that they had the dominion over them. Yet when they returned and cried unto thee, thou heardest them from heaven, and many times did thou deliver them according to thy mercy. This thing gonna take us into the church era too. This little portion of scripture is gonna take us into the church era. That's why I'm so glad that I didn't get stuck on partial. I'm so glad I didn't get caught up in that that clique. You know what I'm saying? That don't have any discernment and think that scripture only means one thing. Listen to the book. Verse 29. And testify against them that thou mightest bring them again unto thy law. Yet they dealt proudly, and listened not to thy commandments, but sinned against thy judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them, and withdraw the shoulder and harden their necks, and would not hear. So that book there is not talking about us today. It's still not talking about us today, because the Bible says that will lead you back to the law. What do we have today to lead us back to the law? We don't have any prophets that's leading us back to the law. We got bits and pieces. People got bits and pieces. Certain people getting bits and pieces of knowledge, of truth, and they're acting like they got it all. And they've only been in the faith for 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years. Yeah. But they got it all. They know it all. This scripture still is not talking about us today. It said Yahweh led them, will lead them back to the law. I know it's not so, because the church is blooming and booming. They're not led back to the law. So your question has to be is, why are they prospering, and why is y'all allowing them to prosper? Because we underwent a cutting off. And because we were cut off, and a lot of you don't understand why we were cut off, because if Yahweh had not cut us off, he would have had to destroy the Hebrew. So his love that he had for us, and we was after his eye, he said, I better cut them off from all knowledge of me. I'm going to cut them off because they are so stiff-necked, I will have to destroy them as a people. And I promised their forefathers that I would not destroy them, but I would do this. Let's read. Let's read. Yet many years did thou forbear them, and testify against them by the Spirit in thy prophets. See? Yet would they not give ear, therefore gave us them into the hand of the people of the land. That's cutting off. To give you to the hand of the people in the land, Yahweh cutting you off, because now when your children are born, you ain't going to be able to keep no Sabbath day. You ain't going to be able to keep the feast days, because you in the enemy's camp. You're in the enemy's camp. So Yahweh is saying, look, first y'all need to understand evil got to go. Yahweh, like, y'all got to show me signs. Y'all got to show me something. Y'all got to show me that evil has to go. I instill that in you, that you must eschew evil. The Bible said that Job was one who eschewed evil. He hated evil. Men love evil. Men love darkness today. They love darkness. They love wearing black clothes. They love putting on masks. They love robbing their own brothers, murdering their own brothers in the street. Genocide is not black on black. Genocide is when any man kill another man. All life forms come from our Heavenly Father. No man, white man, yellow man created themselves. Listen to the book. Nevertheless, for thy great mercy's sake, thou did not utterly consume them. Here we go. Nor forsake them, for thou art a gracious and a merciful source of power. Now therefore, our source of power, our Abba, the great, the mighty, and the terrible Yah, who keep us covenant in mercy. See, this is why he cut us off, so because he kept the covenant. And in mercy, let not all the trouble seem little before thee that have come upon us, on our kings, listen, on our princes, and on our priests, and on our prophets, and on our fathers, and on all our people, since the time of the kings of Assyria, unto this day. Until this day. So the Bible is saying that y'all elders did not know their customs. They did not know my law. They did not know their lineage. They did not know their heritage. So they began to take on. He began in the church. So now they began to take on a new identity. They began to take on a new identity. If y'all want to call it selling out or whatever y'all want to call it, but you got to understand that back at this time, the Hebrews were up under Roman persecution. Yes, they were still allowed to perform services. That's why they had to take Yahshua to Pilate, because they were up under Roman authority. They were up under Roman authority, so they were under persecution, just like we are today. We are still under Roman authority. This government, we are still up under Roman authority. We are still up under Rome. This day, I'm not saying that we're not, but what I'm saying is the way that we build is we begin to protect our women and our children from drugs, alcohol, thieves, murders, and pedophiles. And we're leaving our women and children, we're leaving them uncovered. That's why you got this man jumping from this house and this man jumping from that house, and just because some things in the Bible back in the day were legal, you're trying to incorporate this today, and it's no need to incorporate it because we've already been fruitful and multiplying. Just because you can do something, and this is the thing with y'all, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it. Just because you can. The only way you do the thing that you can is when Yahweh is directing you. He giving you a hard line path to that. He giving you a hard, and the reason why he giving you a hard line path, because he want to use you in that area. He can't use everybody in that area. Everybody, listen, everybody can't be used in that area. I went through it with my wife this morning, stuff I don't like to talk about in the Bible. Everybody ain't the same. Yahweh don't use all of us the same. He don't use all Hebrews the same. Some Hebrews he used in ways that he could never use another Hebrew because they would be swept out to sea. They would never return. They would never return because their love for him has not been established. The intimacy, they don't have it. Now, verse 33 through 38, we're going to be talking a little about us today and our ancestors as a collective body. As we enter into the church, because when we leave, how you get the church? How is the church established? You understand me? Why are religions and different things around the world, why are these things still able to exist? Because of deceit. Just because the truth has been hidden does not mean the truth does not exist. It's hidden and it exists. But the world is in such disarray right now to there's no one that on a major scale that is leading people back to the laws and the statutes and the commandments of Yahweh. Because the Hebrews begin to get bumped and pious, and the Christians don't have the knowledge. They don't have it. Because the book, the way that they have altered the book, people, it's not anyone's fault. It's not anyone's fault today is what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's not our fault today because we are a result of what our ancestors failed to do. And because we are still regenerating and we are still going through this reoccurrence, it's still happening to our offspring. The cycle has to be broken. And the only way that you can break the cycle is you got to get rid of the evil from amongst you. No, you don't worry about the evil in the world. You worry about the evil outside your door. You don't worry. You do something about the evil outside your door and the evil next door. And then next door do something about the evil next door. Then next door do something about the evil next door. But then when we get to that door where that house don't want to do nothing about evil, then that house got to be dealt with. Because that's the house which evil is stemming from. Heavy lifting. Heavy lifting. Listen to the book. Listen to the book. 33. Now he's going to explain to you the church and the state of the Hebrews today. It's amazing how Nehemiah, way back then today, this word would breathe life. He says, howbeit thou art just in all that is brought upon us. See? The stuff that brought upon us. That's why David said, look, I was born into sin. I was shaped into iniquity because my people are destroyed for the lack of what? For the lack of their identity, for the lack of knowledge. What is the knowledge? The knowledge of what? The knowledge of self. That's what we don't have. We don't have the knowledge of self and self-worth any longer. Howbeit thou art just in all that is brought upon us, for thou hast done right, but we have done what? Wickedly. Wickedly. Which is going to affect our children. I'm the child that got affected with the wickedly. Neither have our kings, listen, our princes. So this is talking about all those that are the heads. This is all the heads. This is all your people that have a platform that's got money, but guess what? They were born into sin, shaping into iniquity. Without knowledge, my people are destroyed. So without knowledge, they are destroyed of self. So what people begin to do, they begin to make themselves and reinvent themselves on how they think they should be. Not according to the law, because nobody led them to the law. By the time we got grown up, when I came up, that was the end of the law was done away with. So anytime you got the masses teaching that the law is done away with, what you gonna do? You got a majority of people saying, look, the law done away with. We up under grace. Well, you don't know any better when you don't know what grace is. Yeah. So which way you gonna go? When your grandmama was a praying woman, your mama was a praying woman, your great-great-grandmama was a praying woman, and they prayed to God, and they prayed to Jesus, and they were top-notch women. I mean top-notch, top of the food chain, top of the crop women. Virtuous women. And then they taught it to your mama, and your mama taught it to you. That's just like the Chinese get taught by Buddha. Because we off, because listen, this is what he's saying. Then I'm going to go back. He said, howbeit that thou art just in all that thou hast brought upon. Yahweh brought this upon us. Since, by the way, since Yahweh me, then I'm going to let y'all serve all the deities of the world then. I'm going to let y'all serve self. I'm going to let y'all walk around talking about y'all gods. I'm going to let y'all walk around talking about that y'all are sources and that y'all are powers. For thou hast done right. The Bible says, look, you did right. You did right for turning us over to vile affection and reprobate mind. Listen, that's why you find homosexuality so rampant in our communities and in the church. Because we've been turned over to vile affection. That ain't just one person. That's a nation been turned over to vile affection and a reprobate mind. Wow. See, y'all try to take this thing and single the people out that's flaming. But it's way more people that's in the closet. That's on the nation. Yes. That's on the nations. Because now I can travel to Germany, to Russia, to Ghana, to America. Stuff is everywhere. Yahweh says, since y'all don't want my laws and my statutes and commandments, then y'all should go through the cutting off. And then y'all can fend for yourself. And those that truly seek him, this is what it means to seek him diligently. Hey, get over. Hey. Well, you're not understanding what the verb really means. You have to seek him diligently to break through the matrix. Come on. If you don't seek him diligently, then you're going to be hot and cold. That's what Yeshua was saying. Yeshua said, look, you can't be hot. Look, you either got to be diligent or you got to be slothful. One or the other. That's all he was saying. You be diligent and vigilant because your adversary, negative energy is passed around seeking who it may devour. Last night somebody passed negative energy to me. I passed it right back to him. And I told him, look, you get the energy you give it tonight, bro. I'm fed up with y'all. It's wherever you take it. Right here, right now. Wherever you want to take it at. I'm sick of y'all with this here foolishness. No more. You can't impose your will on me and I'm paying my way. No. That's why we have our people, our elders. Our elders are lost. We don't have anybody to lead us and to guide us and correct us any longer. That's what this verse, listen, that's what this verse is saying. When the verse goes to saying about priests and fathers and it starts talking about kings, it's talking about elders and those that are an authority. And the elders today, they want to be young. They act like they're 18, 19 years old. And they're wondering, they're lost. They are the sons and the daughters of Belial. Anytime you can't correct somebody younger than you, then you worthless. That's worthlessness. You worthless. You worthless to what it is that you say you stand in. Listen, if you don't stand for something, then you'll fall for anything. And the people not standing for anything around here with this side talking, oh, I know God, and oh, I love. No, you don't love God, and you don't know God, because if you did know the God that you serve, then you will understand that there must be a strength that is exhibited in your life. That you will stand against evil. If you got to stand against evil by yourself, you don't bow down and you don't get into bed with evil. I'll never get into bed with evil and lie down with evil. Because if you lie down with Egypt, or if you lie down with Babylon, then you're going to have a baby from them. That's right. You're going to start to produce what's in Babylon. You're going to start to produce what was in Egypt. You're going to start giving birth to it. So no, I can't lay down. So what is it worth? It's worth everything to me. Listen to the book. Neither have our kings, or our princes, our priests, nor our fathers kept that law. So if the head is not keeping the law, how How can the children keep the law? How can the children keep what's right? When you got 60 and 70-year-old drug dealers, 60 and 70-year-old dope addicts, dope fiends, 60 and 70-year-old. All that's got to get cleaned up. Operation Take Back the Land. It's got to go. Y'all don't want this. Y'all don't want the requirements of y'all. I'm telling you, I'm promising you, y'all, many of you Hebrews be better off going back into the church. Because you don't stand for nothing. You're not standing for righteousness. You don't stand for anything. Yes. Not standing for anything. So our communities are falling. They're falling because we're not standing for anything. Exactly. Exactly. So listen to the book. Neither have our kings, our princes or priests, nor our fathers kept thy law, nor listened unto thy commandments and thy testimonies, wherewith thou didst testify against them. Nor listen unto thy commandments and thy testimonies, wherewith thou didst testify against them. We're talking about the head, we're talking about the leader. I'm talking about a collective body. I'm not talking about your house. I'm not talking about your house eating. I'm not talking about just me and my house. For me, see, they don't take that out of context. For me and my house, we should worship Yah. And me and my house, we should worship Baal, the Lord. That's all y'all concerned about, because y'all extracting verses out of the book. And what it's saying that the collective body, each house has to worship. In order to be called the sons and the daughters of Yah, Israel, each house has to be ikar and comes into a collective body, because one will serve as the foot, one will serve as the hand, one will serve as the eyes, one will serve as the ears. Because that is the body. Listen to the book. For they have not served thee in their kingdom, and in thy great goodness that thou gavest them, and in the large and fat land which thou gavest before them, neither turned they from their wicked works, their evil works. I'm telling y'all, how can you turn from your wicked works? How can you turn from your transgressions when you've been cut off and you don't know who you are? We got Hebrews and scholars that are searching and digging to find out who we are and who were we. But it's just not, they don't have a big enough platform because they don't understand the system of tithing off. They don't understand. They don't understand what it's used for. Money is a defense, Hebrews. And when you cut your own throat, you cut your own lifeline, then you turn around and start a GoFundMe. Well, what's that? You want a GoFundMe, or y'all was sending your offering. They changed the word from offering from tithe to offering. What are you doing? Donations. Yeah, donations. We take donations. Y'all didn't give y'all a begging system. Y'all didn't give y'all a donation system. Y'all gave y'all a system. Y'all always say, look, 10%. And the ignorant folks who talking about, oh, that was crops. Man, we so far from crops till it ain't even funny. No, that was not crops. That was called a barter system. Bartering. That was bartering. Was no the misrepresentation and the misuse of scripture. Somebody got to go into the people. On days where the people out moving around in the world. And the most of the time they move is on Fridays and Saturdays. So then you say about your dwelling place, well, how you going to win them? Because you ain't going to get them because the average one of them got a job. You don't got it. Most of us don't. They don't have a job. That's why they're able to do what they're doing. So the strategy, I questioned the strategy of the church and the Hebrews for a long time. Y'all send buses to get the children to come to Bible study and Sunday school to make your numbers look good and to get the parent. Then you take them and you send them right back in the neighborhood. Y'all watch them raise up from 6, and when they get 14, they get murdered. Because y'all didn't take back the land. It's the same thing that happens when missionaries go to Africa and they go to the villages. Okay, when the missionaries go to the villages, the elders release the children to go with, for a while. Because they know they're going to come back with clothes and food and all this stuff. But you have not trained the elders. So when you leave and take them back to their homestead, they're right back in their culture. They're right back in their culture. And because they're right back in their culture, they go back from whence they came. They only coming to get the shoes. They only coming to get the food. They only coming to get the clothes. And your books. Yes. And then they go right back in. You got to take back the land, people. And you got to take it door by door. Door by door. You got to form meetings in your community. Is there no more righteous people? Yahweh started off, and why I said that, Yahweh started off with 50 one time. He said, look, let me 50 people. He ended up with 10. He said, I don't want to frustrate you, Yahweh. What if there be 10 righteous in the city? And if you're not willing to deal with what's in your community because you're scared, then you have not Yah, or you don't even have God. Because you talking about you protected and you covered by the blood. Well, if you covered by the blood, for what? What you covered by the blood for? What do you have the laws and the statutes of Yah for? To be scared in your own homes, in your own dwelling, and scared to deal with all these people running around him that are the sons of Belial, worthless. I said, worthless. Listen to the book. Everybody can't be reached. Don't get your throat severed and cut because you think everybody can be reached. Some people just evil. And they're going to go to the grave evil. Behold, listen to the book now. Here we go, coming on in. Coming on up the speed. Behold, we are servants this young, and for the land that thou gave us unto our fathers to eat the fruit thereof, and the good thereof. Behold, we are servants in it. Now Hebrews gonna miss this up because they don't understand that the earth is Yahweh's and the fullness thereof. And they don't understand that we were supposed to be the priests of the earth. So if we're supposed to be the priests of the earth, then all would belong to Yahweh. Not us, but all would belong to Yahweh. Behold, we are servants this young, and for the land that thou gave us. See, they're going to try to make this be Israel. They're going to try to make this be the land. And they finna fall short. Because if you can't establish it where you live, then you can't establish it where you're going. Because you're going to take the sons of Belial with you. You're going to take the worthless people with you. See, you have to do it here to root them out. To root out the rebels. That's what Yahweh say. Yahweh say, root out the rebels. Listen to the book. And it yieldeth much increase unto the kings whom thou hast set what? Over us. Who getting paid? Trump and the congressmen and legislation. Watch this. Whom thou hast set over us. Who set them up? Yah did. Whom thou hast set over us because of our sins. Because of our ancestors' sins. See, when they say because, it's not because of my sin that I'm in this predicament. It's because of my ancestors' sin, and because I am an offspring of my ancestors, then I carry the same DNA traits, and I carry the same offense in me. because my ancestors taught me the offense. So until I become intelligent and not educated, intelligence and not educated, when I began to study and I began to research, Kemet and Egypt. I began to research the Greeks and the Romans. I began to research the Amalekites, the Jebusites. I began to research. People don't research. They just read. They read. They're not researching. They don't understand that word that says study to show thyself approved to Yah. That word is research to show thyself approved unto Yah. Word ain't study. That word is research. You got to research because they done chopped and screwed everything. So what they put study because they know you're going to try to take this book and study it. They know a lot of people so lazy they're not going to go outside this book. These 66 books. My prayer was, y'all let me operate out of these 66 books. Let me operate out of what has not been tampered with and defiled by me. It said that it yielded much increase unto the kings whom y'all set over us because of our sin. Our sins, now I can come into our sin because I realize that as my forefathers were passed down, so now I know it's for me to break that. I got to break that yoke. I got to sever that in biblical cord. I got to cut that off because now I know better. So because you know better, you must do better. Without hatred. Listen. And he said here, also they have dominion over our what? Our bodies. They ain't even got no Bibles open over there. Look at them. Them two, they ain't got no Bible. They must be know the word. They don't even have a Bible open. They sitting out there gazing out the door like the world gonna help them in what's coming in y'all life. That outside that door ain't gonna help y'all. I promise you. It ain't gonna help you. Get your book. All these Bibles around here. Where you think you at? Huh? Y'all don't forgot? I told you y'all sleeping. You don't forgot where y'all? Who house this is? Yahweh's house. What you do in Yahweh's house? You reverence Yahweh in his house. You pay homage in his house. Who day this is? It's Yahweh's day. This your day? Well, why y'all acting like this y'all day? And in years of much increase unto the kings whom thou hast set over us because of our sin, also they have dominion over our bodies, over our cattle. At their pleasure, we are in great. At their pleasure, we are in great distress. Now I'm going to bring y'all up to 20, 18, 57, 78. We are in great distress. Because the system was not designed for us. The system was not designed for us to prevail. It was not designed for us. By no way, by no shape, by no form was it designed for us. No way, no how, people, was it designed for us. Can we overcome it? Yes, we can. I'm talking about the collective body, people. Verse 30, and because of all this, we make a sure covenant and write it, and our prince, Levites, and princes seal unto it. And that seal unto it is us returning back into the laws and the statutes and the commandments of Yah. Yes. That's what it is. That's the seal. It's something, the reason why y'all using a seal, because Yahweh said this, a seal, listen, a seal is a sign. You understand me? Remember when the king was sealing a document, right, in the Bible, he was sealing, that was a sign that was his decree. And that decree was supposed to go across all of the land. All across the dominion what the king ruled over. Once he sealed it, I put that signet, put that ring. When he stuck that paper in that ring, when he sealed it, it couldn't be changed. I don't even believe he could change it because the decree had went out. That's what happened to over in the book of Esther. Once he had did it, they had to make it through. They had to go in with that king, he had to go in the line. Then the king had set the decree out. So he had to go in the line there. Shadrach, Meshach in the middle had to go in the fiery furnace. Come on, let's look at the book of Numbers. So we can Numbers 26. Numbers 26. Numbers 26, verse 7. Where we gonna start? No, sleeper. Deuteronomy 13 and 13. Because I want to deal with this. Definitely want to deal with this. Deuteronomy 13 and 13. Certain men of the children of Belial are gone out from among you and have withdrawn the inhabitants of the city. They have seduced the inhabitants of the city, saying, let us go and serve other deities which you have not known. I said that this, when I saw it, I said, this your drug dealers. This your drug dealers today. They seducing the people, the inhabitants. They are seducing people on serving another source. Look, cocaine is their source of power. Molly is their source of power. Heroin is their source of power today. Fornication is their source of power. Adultery is their source of power. Murder is their source of power. Because these things make them feel like they are in control. All right. Wind up. Listen. Then shalt thou inquire and make search, and ask diligently, and behold, if it be truth, and the thing certain that such abomination is wrong, is done among you. This is what he said. He said this thing is done among you. It said, thou shalt surely smite the inhabitants of that city with the edge of the sword, destroying it utterly, and all that are therein, and the cattle thereof, and the edge of the sword. I'm not dealing with the sword. I'm dealing with the element of take back the land. You got to cleanse the land. You got to cleanse the land of evil. If you can do it without this book, so be it. But you got to cleanse the land. And you got to have something to uphold and show you how to keep it cleansed. That's where the book comes in at. That's where Torah comes in at. Because it gives you a plan. It gives you something that occupies you. It keeps you occupied with the feast days. It keeps you occupied with the will and the times and the seasons of Yah. It gives us something to do. It puts us back in the university of Yah. Listen, when you start reading the moon and you start reading the trees and the grass and you start reading the ocean and you start reading all the things, it puts you back in the university of Yah. That you can lead people, that you can teach people, that you can recover people. But the only way that you can recover, you got to tell them, look, we got to take back the land. This evil that's in this land, the stuff that these people doing in the land, we got to take back land, and you cannot be a part of that evil. Because if you become a part of that evil, then you shall be destroyed with the sword along with them. It's not going to be worth it for you to go the way that the masses are going in their arrogance and in their ignorance and in their disobedience against righteousness. Righteousness is still right. Holiness and being set apart, being different from everybody else is still worthy of being. If don't nobody like you, let what they say be a lie. Because if this thing be of Yahweh, no man can overthrow it. But if this thing be of me, then it can be overthrown. But when the thing be of Yah, no man can overthrow it unless he first be found to fight against Yah. I ain't in there, I ain't all served with that. If it be of Yah, nothing can overthrow it. Unless they have to be found to first fight against Yahweh. And my wife asked me that I have a favorite verse. That's the verse I use all the time. And that's how I move. That's how I move. That's how I'm able to go outside that door and not be afraid of their faces. Because I be Yah, this thing be of you. I'm going to find out. But I'm finna show enough. I'm finna try you at your word. I'm finna man up and I'm finna go face to face, toe to toe with them. Because it's of you. I'm at your mercy, not theirs. Let's turn to Judges 20. This man's Bible saying, look, y'all got to deal with what y'all got to deal with. 20 and 13. Now therefore deliver us the men. See, this is civil war that I was talking about. Therefore deliver us the men, the children that are worthless, which are in Gibeah, that we may put them to death and put away the evil from what? Put away what? The evil from where? From Israel. But the children of Benjamin would not listen to the voice of their brethren of the children of Israel. But the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities of Gibeah to go out to battle against the children of Israel. You're talking about Benjamin and Israel. Those are 12 tribes. They're going, that's civil war. Why? Because they're trying to protect who? The drug dealers. Because the drug dealers got everything they want. They got the loose women and the homosexuality is okay with them. Everything is okay with them. Worthless. Getting to the point of no return, people. Exodus 30, Numbers 26. Numbers 26. And we're in with Exodus. Numbers 26. Numbers 26 and verse 7. These are the families. What I want. I want Numbers 26 and verse 10. And the earth opened up her mouth and swallowed them up together with Korah. When that company died, what time the fire devoured 250 men, and they became a sign. That's why they became a sign to all other people that was in the nation. Notwithstanding, the children of Korah died not. So it's saying not all the children of Korah died. Not all the children of Korah died. But what I went to was when the earth opened up and it swallowed up the people. It swallowed up who? The rebels. Because Yahweh is telling you, cleanse the land, cleanse the land. Look, y'all can't serve me unless y'all cleanse the land, cleanse the land, cleanse the land. Before we went into Canaan, the land of Canaan, we had to cleanse the land. We had to tear down the altars. We had to oust the people. This right here, we got our own community. All we have to do is come together as a collective body with one mission. Cleanse the neighborhoods and the communities of the evil. Evil is cancer. Evil is cancer. Evil will have a righteous man kill an evil man. in the blink of an eye. I know it will. Because when evil presents itself, it is an energy. And when you walk with Yah will let you know what's a threat and what's not a threat. I know when I'm around a threat because Yahweh sends an energy to me. I don't deal with y'all. I don't deal with all that stuff. Y'all deal with too much stuff for me. Y'all dealing with water spirits and y'all dealing with, it's too much stuff. It's too much stuff to deal with when we got simple stuff, right in front of us. Y'all want to deal with the witches and listen, if you get evil out, the witch got to go. If you get evil out, the one who deal with familiar spirits got to go. The root man got to go. They got to go. See, the reason why y'all dealing with all this stuff, you all over the place, you so preoccupied talking about you a spiritual, you ain't no spiritual warrior, you a spiritual fool. Because there's only one thing that we supposed to focus on, and that's taking back the land. If you don't take back the land, you can't take back nothing in the spirit. How things worked around here was we took back the land. And when we took back the land, we had to occupy it in the spirit realm with prayer. But you gotta first have something, you gotta first take it back. You gotta take it by force too. You gotta first take it back. You praying for stuff that ain't even took back. That's why people still dying, right? That's why they still dying, because we're not taking back the land. If we take back the land, then the casualties will be over 3/4 done away with. And there'll be some that'll be dealt with that's gonna have to flee because they're gonna slip through the cracks. Because you're gonna always have pretenders. You're gonna always have pretenders. You're gonna always have pretenders. Turn to Exodus. Let us exit out of Exodus 32 and 24. Exodus 32 and 24. And I said unto them, whosoever have any gold, let them break it off. So they gave it to me. Then I cast it into the fire, and there came out a calf. And when Moshe saw that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies, then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, Who is on y'all's side? Let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together under Moshe. And Moshe said unto them, Thus saith Yahweh of Israel, put every man his sword in his hand. Here goes this another civil war. And go in and out from the gate. Listen, they're not dealing with the surrounding nations. They're not dealing with the Canaanite and the Jebusite and the Amorite right now. They're not dealing with that because they first have to become Ikar in Yah. That Yah may fight their battles. Y'all not going to fight our battles with all this stuff. Why? They not going to fight. He's not going to fight our battles because we are not in array. We are in disarray. And when you go to Chronicles, the Bible says, be ye dressed and be ye in array. That means be you in order. Be in line. Be ye in formation. And he said, you shall not need fight in this battle, but you got to be dressed and in array, and you got to be a people of what? Proper circumstance. And a people that are attentive to my laws, my statute, and my commandment. Ikar with me, because I am your only source of power. As long as we are like we are, and we are not a collective body, then we will never see the forceful hand of Yahweh move. If I tell people what Yahweh done in my life, if you tell people what Yahweh done in your life, why, baby, they not going to believe you. He wants to do it on a grand scale. And he wants to do it in America. Because America is the biggest platform. That's why you hear Hebrew, because Yahweh wants to do it on the biggest platform in the world, which is the United States of America. Not for you to run back to Ghana. No, he don't want to do it there. He want to do it here with the #1 power in the world. To where you come together, Echad, underneath their system, and Yahweh shall overthrow it. Not you. Yahweh shall overthrow it. Because they're going to begin to fight and murmur, and they're going to begin to come against one another. Because some of them saying we should have oppressed them more. We should have never let them out of slavery. They're going to begin to fight. They're going to begin to clash. Because then you got people who are sympathizers for the Hebrews. And they be like, no, we should have never had them in slavery. So they're going to have a civil war. You're not listening. Listen to the book. Listen to the book. It said, and he said unto them, thus saith Yahweh of Israel, put every man his sword on his side and go in and out from the gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, his wife, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moshe, and there fell, watch this here, and there fell of the people that day 3,000 men. Watch the book. But because they ridded themselves of the evil and the rebels, watch this. For Moses had said, consecrate yourselves today to Yahweh, even every man upon his son and upon his brother, that Yah may bestow upon you a blessing this day. Yes. Woo! Gotta deal with the evil. Gotta deal with the evil on one and done. Gotta deal with the evil, people. No way around it. Gotta deal with the evil. Y'all trying to figure out, y'all trying to figure out what's wrong, why we can't get it going, why the Hebrew can't come, because there's too much evil amongst us. And we supposed to be the priests of this world. There's too much evil amongst the people that are the offspring of this book. Because we no longer are. Until we return unto the law, until we return, until Yahweh he's trying to cause us to return because we are oppressed and we are still in the land of them that Yahweh have set over us. But you gotta deal with the evil. You gotta get out the pedophilia. You gotta get out the homosexuality. You gotta get this stuff out. Oh, it's heavy lifting. Listen, if it was easy, anybody could do it. If it was easy, you would have been chosen, Hebrew. That's it. Not one to be the dead horse. You close it out, Queen? Don't not want to be the dead horse. Thank you. We thank you for patronizing us, for lending us your eyes and your ears. We thank you. We say Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. My daughter shall be closing out. But that's the only thing wrong with Israel is the evil. All the drugs and all the drunks and all the side chicks and the hoes and the strippers and the whoremongers. Don't I say whoremonger men. You understand me? Putting babies here. You understand me? The evil, that's within us. Clean up your own house first before you start talking about Christianity. Clean up your whole own house first before you start talking about the white man. Clean up your own house, Hebrews.
And this is what Moshe said unto the children of Israel. Yavirka Yahweh Vishnirka, Yair Yahweh Panav Ileka, Vikuneka, Yisa Yahweh Panav Ileka Vyesem Lakesh Shalom. Visamiyu Eshmi Yahweh Avini Yisrael Vieni Avirka. May Yahweh bless and keep you. May Yahweh's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May Yahweh lift up his countenance upon you and grant you peace. And they shall put my name, Yahweh, upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.